The family photo, a tradition at the G20, but the smiles were a little strained on Friday. This was supposed to have been a summit by the leaders of the world's richest nations, focused on the world's economy. Instead, it's been eclipsed by the war clouds over Syria. Leaders of the two superpowers, Vladimir Putin and President Obama, have never been more at odds in this crisis. And Obama's attempt to get the G20 on board in any possible strike against Damascus got nowhere.
Trying to impart a sense of urgency about this. Why we can't have an environment in which, over time, people start thinking we can get away with chemical weapons use. It's a hard sell, but it's something I believe in.
Reaching a consensus over military action against Syria was always going to be a hard sell for the US president. And if anything, the G20 summit has only further revealed the deep divisions and reservations among world leaders against a strike on Syria, with or without the approval of the UN Security Council. A dinner hosted by the Russian president on Thursday night had allowed leaders the opportunity to discuss Syria at length, but they failed to bridge their differences, with Vladimir Putin immovable in his opposition to a US military attack, effectively killing any chance of a breakthrough.
The so-called use of chemical weapons is a provocation on the part of the rebels who are hoping to get further assistance from countries who were supporting them from the beginning. I want to remind you that the use of force against a sovereign state is only done for self-defense. It is an illegal act.
One leader who supports the US position and favours action against Syria is Britain's Prime Minister David Cameron, but he's powerless. Parliament voted down a resolution that would have allowed British forces to take part in any strike. On Friday, Cameron could only offer aid. He pledged $81 million of medical assistance to those targeted by chemical weapons.
This is the humanitarian crisis the world and our generation faces, and I'm determined that the world takes the action to deal with it.
And in the Black Sea, Russian naval vessels are putting to sea to join its fleet in the waters off Syria. The Defense Ministry in Moscow says the deployment of the vessels, which include a missile cruiser and amphibious craft, are all part of a regular naval rotation and not there because of the current crisis in Syria. The US Navy's moved 5 destroyers carrying cruise missiles into the same waters of the eastern Mediterranean. Peter Sharp, Al Jazeera, St Petersburg.